from a pretty nice, pretty humid Dublin here on Tuesday morning. Little change of schedule this week just to suit plans with Megan a little bit better. Session today is actually pretty simple, 40 minutes easy and 3x2 miles at threshold. On our way up to Marley Park right now, and we'll meet you there. All right. Welcome to another video. My name is Neil O'Connell. I am currently training for Valencia Marathon this December 2025. And this is another week of my training. We are now 15 weeks out from the race, which is a little bit mad to say, to be honest. I have, in a way, been training for this all year and definitely been thinking about it for pretty much all year. So to be at this stage is maybe a little bit surreal. But listen, this has been another good week of training with a little bit of a change up in terms of schedule. And that is actually going to be the main topic for this video, is going to be about routine and schedule and some of the lessons that I've learned from previous marathon builds. This is going to be my fourth marathon when I run it, of course. But before I talk you through those mistakes and lessons that I've learned, I want to take you through this week of running. So first, we started the week off on Monday, of course, with a 5k easy run. So of course, that Monday session was not anything too major. It felt good. 5k is nice and handy. And Tuesday itself, as you would have just seen in the clip there, it was a good run. It was definitely pretty difficult. Probably one of the more difficult ones of the block, but that's kind of the case every week, isn't it? On Wednesday then, I still did have miles, Ks, whatever, to make up for the week, trying to hit around kind of 75 to 80 this week. So we had 10Ks to do, ended up splitting that into two 5K runs. And like I say, to be completely honest, this is probably the first time on the day after a workout I've really kind of felt the workout in the body. But by the time I got to the second session that evening, it all worked out. I felt pretty good. And of course, with the second workout of the week, this week being on Friday instead of Saturday, I moved the rest day to Thursday. So took a chill on Thursday, nothing at all on Thursday. Went out on a little bit of a walk, took it really easy. And then we had the second workout on Friday. All right, it's Friday. We're back at Marley. This time the car park is open and it's 6 a.m. If you watched the last episode, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we have a big one today. 24Ks, a mix of just easy effort and marathon effort today. Got some beautiful V60, and as you can see from the sky behind me, it is a beautiful morning. Purposely wanted to drive up here this morning because it helps make things a little bit easier when it comes to fueling. I can just leave my water bottle and my gels like on top of the car and then come swing by and grab them when I need them. Let's get this one done and then into a full day's work. See Megan later on and hopefully a nice weekend ahead. Let's go. All right, first three sections done. Back to the car to grab a little bit of water. One more section at marathon pace and then the same distance easy and we're done. And that'll be 24Ks and that is a solid session. Okay, 24Ks done. That was maybe a fifth session of the block so far. Just long chunks at marathon effort, marathon pace, but we got there and it's an absolutely beautiful day. So with that done, it's time to get to work. So with Friday's session out of the way, that obviously brings us to the back end of the week. It brings us to the weekend and also brings up the topic of the change of schedule, because this is why I moved those couple of workouts around this week. Megan said she wanted to spend time together on Friday evening, do something on Saturday morning, which is normally when I would do my second long run of the week. So I had to change around the schedule and moved it around to fit that. This is something that a previous version of me definitely would not have done and did not do. And this is a massive lesson for me, and definitely an area that I suppose maybe in a way I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit, that during previous times in my life, definitely when I was younger, but particularly in my first marathon build for Dublin Marathon. And when I look back at that, I was extremely rigid with my training, particularly as well with the sort of scheduling and structure of my week. So for example, if I had a long run to do on a Sunday, my whole weekend would be structured and sort of built around that. So, I wouldn't want to be out and about on Saturday. I'd be trying to rest my legs and try and get in as much fuel as possible because I had this big workout to do on Sunday. Almost like as if I was a professional athlete. I don't know, maybe this is like a male thing that we all somewhere in the back of our minds think that we're a professional athlete, or could be if we put in enough work, which, is certainly debatable. But look, the point here for me is that I actually think that this week is such a good example of how I've grown and how I've learned from those previous mistakes in previous builds. And I think this is part of the maybe the beauty of it, or part of the natural kind of course of things, is that as you go through different builds and as you go through years and maybe also just get a little bit older and more mature, you start to realize that you don't have to be so rigid with everything that you're doing, whether it's your nutrition or your training or your scheduling and planning. You can still achieve results and have a social life alongside all of that, particularly, like I say, because I'm not a professional. But that then brings us nicely to the weekend sessions. And this was a really nice weekend of training. I think it was about 5Ks on Saturday. Just took it nice and handy. Went out with Megan in the morning and then went out during the day to get my own one in. And then on Sunday, it was a really, really nice day. These weekends just seem to be going very, very well over the past few weeks. Just very wholesome, I suppose, overall. I met up with Paulie, Paulie also creates content. So definitely check out his TikTok and his Instagram. I came across Paulie on social media a good few months ago when I was in Melbourne and linked up with him in person, and typical the way things go, we got along really well, and then he turns around and tells me that he was moving back to Dublin. So I was really keen to meet up with him and link up with him. When we got back, we went on a run on Sunday at Phoenix Park. We had an absolutely beautiful day. Gave Paulie a little bit of an intro to the channel.
Oh, get the vlog out, baby.
Yeehaw.
This is for the YouTube.
It is for the YouTube.
Oh, hello YouTube.
Say hello to the world.
Hello YouTube. You're in for a treat. Beautiful vlog today.
Absolutely. What a day.
Phoenix Park in the sun.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yo. Look at that. And listen, overall, we just had a great morning together. We went to Phoenix Park and then headed to Elliot's Bakery after. And I don't know, maybe this place does get the hype it deserves, but if you are in Dublin and you haven't been to this place, or if you're coming to Dublin, you have to go, okay? It's unbelievable. Best Basque cheesecake I've probably ever had, all right? And I've been to San Sebastian. I've been to the source. But yeah, listen, this was a super week, another really solid week of training. I actually ended up with about kind of nearly 80Ks, 79Ks I think it was for the week, and felt really fresh. Finished off with a sauna up in a place called Sauna Slava. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's Oscailga, so apologies if it's a little rusty. But yeah, straight after Paulie went up there, had a lovely sauna and cold plunge, and that wrapped up another super week. So listen, thanks a million for watching. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, for staying around. I'm actually really enjoying making these videos, even though actually this whole talking bit that you're seeing right now, I've recorded already, but I didn't have my mic turned on. So yeah, I'm still learning. All right, we're getting there. We're definitely not a pro at this at any rate. But yeah, as the pros do say, like and comment and subscribe. Apparently that helps quite a bit. I don't quite know all about that just yet. But yeah, Kofuzi commented on the last video. We got Kofuzi in the house. Honestly, I've watched Kofuzi for like honestly my whole like running life. Been subscribed to him for a long time, so really cool to see him here on the channel. Gonna catch you at the start line of Valencia. If you're watching this one, big inspiration of mine. So really cool to see that. And Joaquin commented on the last video as well. Really enjoying this, guys. So we've got another week ahead. We've got several weeks ahead now in the build up to Valencia. Next week's video, I think I'm going to speak about my strength training. Going to run you through what I'm doing from that side of things. Focus a little bit more on that, but that's another week in the bag. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.